This is Solara and Ray, and I'm sending huge prayers from my heart to your hearts. This video activation is a prayer for Ukraine. There is a channeling and activation from Lady Isis, who is embodying the Great Mother to bring perspective and expanded awareness to what's going on with Ukraine and Russia and how to really activate the divine feminine, divine masculine, and expand our perspective on these global horrifying events. And so we're here to share this, to be in a place of presence and awareness, and just really setting the tone together of being a global family of light that prays, that activates, that moves into the totality awareness to anchor the fifth dimension of peace here, the fifth world of peace, as we're stepping into and embodying the fifth dimensional consciousness as embodiments of the white dove and the great blessing and the great awareness of all things as they're coming forth on the ascension timeline. So I'm really glad to be connecting with you, sending so much love and blessings, and please enjoy this channeled activation, and I'll talk with you soon. Greetings, beautiful beings of the world. This is Lady Isis, Lady Aset, coming to you at this time. We are in a time of great upheaval, chaos, and challenge around the world. We wish at this time to pray with you in the heart of the Mother. We are here from the universe of light. We are here organized in the consciousness of Lady Isis, the divine feminine. We anchor a pillar of light here with this prayer. If you wish in your location to join with us in anchoring the prayer at your location, see a pillar of light coming down through you into the core of the earth. See it traveling across all of the ley lines, helping all of the beings heal and be at peace and be well this time. We will be specializing our heart light and our focus on the country that is called Ukraine. At this time, there is a great amount of darkness, pain, torment, torture, and war happening at this location. These are the spirals of the Armageddon timeline. These are the spirals of the war upon us. This war is in our hearts, and it is manifest outwardly at a time of great unrest, at a time of nations, militarization, the great war machines flexing their muscles. This is a masculine energy out of balance. This is a masculine, aggressive action. War is saying, I'm right and you're wrong. I have the answer. I will implement this force upon you. This is a toxic masculinity at a very high level. Now, women can embody toxic masculinity too, We are not always speaking of the outward gender. We are speaking of the frequency, the force, the agenda, the oppression and destruction that always comes from masculine toxicity. This is what is actually being purged from the timeline. The toxicity of war, famine, rape, pain, rage, hunger, scarcity, and poverty is the backbone of the Armageddon timeline. There are 3 octaves that this timeline, Earth, Gaia 2022 timeline. The densest octave is the Armageddon timeline. Ukraine is smack dab in the Armageddon timeline. It is a focal point of the Armageddon timeline wars. Many beings are coming from many worlds to assist and also to aid in the destruction. Beings are playing on both sides. And we will speak to the middle octave. The middle octave is the wide range of observers that haven't had a moment to activate their sovereignty in a full way, activate their awareness and their guidance and their heart and their being and their wombs yet in the full way that would allow them to step into their leadership as planetary light leaders, as way showers of truth, as anchors of light, purity and presence. Many of them are going one way or the other. They're going down to the density of the fear and Armageddon, or they're rising up to the top octave, the 5th world of peace. We are here now standing upon the 5th world of peace as the ascended masters, the Buddhas, the Karmapas, the angels, the star nations of light and wellness. We are here on the access point of the 5th dimensional world of peace. And we are here sharing with you it is possible to live in harmony with earth and plants and animals and nature. We must understand the dark connection that we have to destruction. This is what we'd like to speak on today. The aspect of masculine toxicity that is being put upon the timeline, a forcing, a choking, a domination, a killing, a warring. And this is a place of cleansing that is happening. This is a time to pray. This is a time to take action. This is a time to stand up and have your voice heard. What do you believe in? What do you believe? How can you unite within the global 5th world of peace to continue to emanate and surround Ukraine with peace, with heart light, with love, with the compassion of all of the ascended masters and the great mothers, pouring waters of love, prayers of love, beauty of love. We are here in this formation of consciousness referred to as Isis, Aset. We will share briefly what we believe this is. This is a cosmology of multiple grid points and multiple consciousnesses that are here as a divine feminine, that are here as a root seed point of an ancient line of mystery and light that was once known in Egypt but is far beyond. Into the Sirians, into the Milky Way, into the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the ancient ones come through and also assist to make up this earthborn goddess who is a star line of the eternal mother of light. We speak to you today from the eternal mother of light, and we say thank you for listening to this broadcast. Thank you for praying. Thank you for putting peace and love and hope and faith in your heart when it's very easy to fill it with other things of darker or more upset nature. Fear at this time is your number one curiosity. It is your number one vigilancy. To replace it with love. How can you surrender? How can you drop in? How can you be positive? How can you ask for help? This is the medicine of the divine feminine. It is a receptivity to the grace. It is a receptivity to the light. It is a receptivity to the love. It is a receptivity to the now. Divine feminine harmonization, whether you are masculine embodied or feminine embodied, is what is needed to heal the Ukraine situation. It is the rise of the divine feminine, both in masculine bodied beings and feminine bodied beings. It is your compassion of being a grandmother of light, a grand one, to create pillarship of light around, centering on the war zones, creating pillars of light, of stewardship, of letting that divine feminine frequency be known, of anchoring from your lineage of light, your masters that you pray with, that you are guided by. We will also be weaving in the Syrians, for this is a line that is both akin to the channel, Solara, and akin to the consciousness of Isis at this time. Through this transmission, we are further anchoring the light of the now, here, holding space. We guide you now to see a great rose deep in the earth under Ukraine, a sacred rose above in the ethers, above the smoke, and to see one all around every city, around all the borders of the country, around the hearts of the women and the children and the men. See roses there, soft pink roses, gently holding them, hugging them, letting them all know you're okay. Seeing roses of light around all of the decision makers in Russia and all of the shadow players behind them and around them. May this rose of light be present within the fifth world of peace. May we infuse all of these roses, seeing thousands and millions of roses, infused with the fifth world of peace, sharing with them there is a better way to get your agenda done. There is a better way to work together. There is a better way to live in this world together. And now, as Lady Isis, I will span myself across the country and even across the world, bridging between, and visualize a magenta, violet, peaceful ray coming across the country, coming across the space. And see this war, the cleansing happen quickly and easily of the toxic masculine energy and the toxic pain that is being outgassed from Russia and from other darker corners that have joined in, whether known or unknown, the darker corners of even Ukraine itself, that on some level everyone's participating in this story, this creation. And we say now, the heart of the mother reigns supreme. The heart of the mother is the one. We link with the core of Gaia, with her reserves and codes. See the light codes coming down from the great heaven above, from the totality of Source, the totality of One, the totality of the grace. The totality of all things are coming forward now, coming forward into the light, into the love, into the beauty. In the holiness of the now, I am here. In the holiness of the now, I am present. In the holiness of the now, I am awake. In the holiness of the now, we are stewarding and anchoring the fifth world of peace. We visualize all the children being safely escorted away from war zones. We visualize all the women being safely escorted from war zones. We visualize the men that are able to help in a good way to be protected, all protected. And those men or elderly that are not to be near these zones to be escorted away. May abundance of safe havens pop up. May they have the miracles of the grace and the Divine Mother. We pray now for the rise of the Divine Feminine in the hearts of those listening, in the hearts on the planet, in the hearts of the way that we may choose to have a rose of peace, of the white dove in our hearts, that we may choose to have an accordance and an awareness of this divine interplay, of the polarity of light and dark and feminine and masculine. May we call forth the divine masculine to rise in Russia, in Europe. May we call you to rise with more elegant solutions, more peaceful solutions, calling forth and visualizing the divine masculine rising within the hearts of the decision makers. May we see them taking upon a new sacred role and a sacred destiny for this planet. May the legions of 144,000 angels assist them. The power of the Great Mother, power of the great totality of their karmic revelation, their karmic ascension, their karmic up level, to say it's time. It's time to put down the tools of war and rise with a heart of peace. We call forth the divine masculine to rise through the pantheon of the great light, of the great starships of the Sirian, Andromedan, Galactic Federation, the great lights of the Pleiadians and the Arcturians, the star fleets and the star legions. Call forth the divine masculine to rise. All of those responsible or decision makers of this Ukrainian war, in Russia and beyond, you are called forth into your divine aspect of ascendancy. We call you forth now. We ask the ley lines to activate, the grid lines to activate, your own personal harmonics to activate, without taking on karma, without being responsible. We put this prayer in for the collective to see. We put this prayer in for the collective to see. We put this prayer in for the collective to see and to believe, to hold these masculine energies within masculine and feminine bodies to a higher standard. In times of war, can be recycled as the Armageddon timeline is being relieved from this octave. And we come forth now with a message of peace for all of you listening. Anchor the fifth world in your heart, where you once knew anger and rage. Anchor the peace of the knowingness of the now, of the great revelation of the now, holding the now, blessing the now, being in connection with all of this. I am the revelation of lights. I am the revelation of lights. We come forward now. We are here now. We are in connection now. I hold you within, I hold you without, I hold you all places. And we hold the revelation. We are the revelation. There is no separation now. May all beings be aligned with the light, the prayer, the love, and the holiness. We now anchor these pillars of peace around Ukraine, around Russia, around anywhere else that needs it. To the power of Lady Isis, to the power of the collective prayers, to the power of the One. And we seed this, we love this, we hold this, we bless this, and hold the emanation of this. Great Holy Radiance, thank you. Great Holy Star Seeds, thank you. Great Holy Revelation, thank you. We are here, we are loved, we are now. Blessed be in all worlds, in all creations, in all light. Thank you. We wish all beings well and happy. We'll talk with you soon. Thank you for your prayer and thank you for your service.